There you see it in its frame, but it's not in it anymore. It's worth $50 million and it's gone missing. The Egyptian authorities have had to make an embarrassing U-turn over the disappearance of this Van Gogh painting from a Cairo museum. Called Poppy Flowers, or Flowers in a Vase, a frame is all that's left after a brazen cut-and-run job. After earlier reports that the painting had been recovered, the country's culture minister has had to backtrack on his claim. It's still out there somewhere, he said. Not the first time the painting's been stolen either. It went missing from the same museum in 1978, only to turn up under rather mysterious circumstances in Kuwait 2 years later. And there's been some suspicion that the painting returned to Cairo was actually a replica. Mahmoud Khalil sent us this report.
A day after one of Vincent van Gogh's most precious works, known as the Poppy Flowers, was stolen from the Mahmoud Khalil Museum behind me, Egyptian officials have shut down the museum, have begun interrogating employees, and are trying to piece together exactly how that painting was stolen. Now, one of the things that is being reported, according to state media, is that all of the security cameras and security alarms that were put in place at this museum were somehow disarmed, and that has caused a great degree of suspicion that it could have been an inside job. But at the same time, it raises serious questions about the conditions of many of Egypt's top museums that house some of the world's most notable pieces of art, as well as ancient antiquities. At this particular point, there are no suspects. The Ministry of Culture on Saturday came out and said that 2 suspects had originally been arrested, but have since retracted that statement. It is believed that the painting now is still missing. Many consider this particular painting to be among the most significant works that Vincent van Gogh ever painted because of his use of colors, which many consider to be a turning point throughout his career. But more interestingly is that this very same painting decades ago was stolen from the very same museum. It was recovered 2 years later, and in the process of being recovered, many raised questions about the authenticity of the painting that was returned to the museum. But according to Egyptian officials, they insist that the painting stolen on Saturday was indeed an original one, valued at nearly $50 million. I'm Mahmoud Khalil, Al Jazeera, Cairo.